Hey YouTube, it's Ty, and what am I, 6 minutes late for this live stream? We are going to just have a quick live stream tonight about the goings on Insecure. I hope that everybody's having a great day. Let me get myself logged in so that I can see your comments come in when they come in, and we're just gonna have ourselves a nice little fun chat and then go to sleep and get ready to go to work or do whatever it is that we're going to do tomorrow. Let's see here. I'm getting logged into my channel. Give me just a second. And here I go. I hate being late. But thanks for being here. Let me get myself, like I said, I'm getting logged in. We'll give everybody about 5 minutes to come in. Thank you for the thumbs up. I do appreciate that. Give everybody about 5 minutes to come in, and then we will get on with the discussion. But thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate it. Let's see here. And okay, thank you for coming. Thank you for the thumbs up. Who's in the house? Let's get a discussion going. Well, again, not yet. We got 4 minutes to go. Let's wait for some people to come in, and then we will get our chat underway. I'm going to be asking y'all if you're team Issa, if you're team Molly, if you're team neither one of them. Do you think that they're real friends? Do you think their friendship is going to bounce back? I want to know what y'all think about everything that's going on so far this season. But let's see here. We're going to have a talk about it. Let's just give everybody some time to get in here, and then we will have our discussion. And if y'all have questions for me or questions that y'all think are going to be good for the group, then of course put those questions out there. I had fun with y'all last night. Those are my dogs. I had fun with y'all last night talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was fun. I was thinking about tomorrow night or maybe sometime this week doing a talk on what is it, Married to Medicine LA. But those girls are kind of boring. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that, and we'll decide. We got 3 minutes to go. Let a few more people come in, and then we will get a discussion underway. Who's in the house? Y'all are not talking to me. Talk to me. Just tell me who's here. I don't lurk. Just like participate, please. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. But yeah, we'll get our discussion underway as soon as we, like I said, we'll give it 5 minutes, give everybody a chance to get in, and then I just have some questions for y'all. Basically, I know whose team I'm on, as far as the last couple of episodes, I'll say, but I do think that overall, Issa and Molly, maybe I don't know, maybe it's time for the friendship to be over. Was it ever really truly a friendship? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that too. But we got some time. We got 2 minutes, and we're gonna let everybody, give people a chance to come in, and then we'll just get the discussion underway. I hope that everybody's having a really good day, and I hope that my dogs just go to sleep like they did last night. But we'll see. Um, Again, hi. I'm saying hi to you. Will y'all say hi to me? Like, I hate when y'all are just watching and don't say anything, but that's okay. I appreciate you for being here, and hopefully we'll get some people who like just kind of want to. We just want to have a chit chat about it all. I've been enjoying this season better than I did last season. Last season, I will say, I felt just like an old woman watching like a what in the heck is going on? Is this what 30 somethings are doing right now? I felt so out of place watching last season, but this season is really relatable, especially because it kind of seems like they're more so focusing on Molly and Issa and their friendship, and I think that we've all had serious friendships with girlfriends who, and the friendships they've gone bad, they've gone through rough patches. Sometimes you overcome, sometimes you don't, sometimes you call it quits. And that's kind of what I want to know from y'all. Do y'all think that it's time for them to call it quits, or do y'all think that they can honestly bounce back from this and there not be like animosity going forward once they do forgive each other? I kind of want to, these are the things that I have planned for the discussion tonight. We got another 40 seconds, and then I'll go on and just get started, and we'll get the discussion underway. So I hope, though, that y'all aren't talking to me and I'm not missing comments, because that has happened before, too. But I'm just going to keep it rolling, and we got about 30 seconds to go, about 20 seconds to go, and then we'll go on and just get the discussion underway. So let's see. Yeah, I have some questions in mind for y'all. So hopefully y'all want to answer the questions and we can just have a talk, because that's what I want to do. And we'll just keep it at an hour like we did last night with Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was fun. That was, kind of spontaneous. I know people didn't know that I was coming on to do it. Okay, so here we are. We are at the 5 minute mark. So tell me right now, if you will, are you Team Molly or are you Team Issa in general? And after the fifth episode, after the block party episode, were you team one more than the other? Because I will say this, for me, in general, I'm not team Molly or team Issa. I would not want to be friends with either one of these girls. I think in so many ways they're both so lame, and I don't know if it's like because they're trying to figure things out. Like I'll say on the surface, Molly definitely looks like she has it going on. She's got the career thing figured out for sure. And I don't know if like where she grew up would be considered the hood, but she certainly made something of herself. It looks like she's probably doing better off than her brothers. Maybe she's like the shining star, at least academically, of the family. But Obviously, Molly has issues with relationships, and it kind of seems like she's that kind of person who doesn't give herself enough time in between relationships to kind of sort things out and figure herself out, figure out what she really wants, what she doesn't want before she moves on to the next thing. Um, but she has it going on in some aspects. Now, Issa, um, I yeah, Issa seems like a better person to me overall than Molly does. But Issa seems to be lacking like in almost every area. I mean, as far as relationships are concerned, the first relationship that we know of with her is this, relationship with Lawrence, and that didn't go anywhere. But that's not completely Issa's fault. Obviously, it takes two in a relationship to make things work, and I feel like Issa was probably putting forth too much effort with Lawrence. And I kind of want to know what y'all think about that. Hey, Deshaun, thanks for being here. I kind of want to know what y'all think about that. Like, as far as women, do you feel comfortable supporting a man? Like, I think that sometimes we make the mistake of falling in love with a man's potential rather than what he is, and then we hope that the potential is going to bud into something, and then we're disappointed when it doesn't happen, like with while we're with the guy. And I think that that's what Issa was experiencing, as far as her looking at how Condola got the guy that she wanted, that she felt like she groomed and put all this time into, but she didn't get benefit of that guy. So I kind of want to know, like, what do y'all think about that? If anybody's like wanting, okay, so I know that the chat is working. So are there any women or anybody who wants to comment on that aspect of things? Again, I think Issa's an overall better person than Molly, because Molly just seems, especially this season, Molly just seems like a hater, y'all. I don't even like to use that word, but it really does seem like Molly's a hater. After the fifth episode, after the block party episode for sure, when we have her telling Issa, I'm not going to ask my man to, jump through any hoops for you for this, block party. I'm not going to ask him to use his connections to get you a headliner, even though your headliner dropped out. I thought that that was really selfish of Molly, especially for her to frame it the way that she did, to say, hey, Sapphire Diamonds, no, you're not late. I'm pretty much just starting, and I'm looking for some input, so please let me know. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Let me know if you're Team Molly or if you're Team Issa. And let me know if you're Team Molly or Team Issa in general. But let me know if you are Team Molly or Team Issa after the block party episode, because I kind of feel like that was like the definitely like the big turning point of this season was the block party episode. So And what I told Poetry has been reviewing this show, and she was in the live stream last night. And we were doing the Real Housewives of Atlanta live stream. On her comments, I told her that the more and more I look at Issa and Molly, I wonder if they really ever were friends or have they always just kind of been frenemies. They both seem a little bit jealous of the other, but I think that Molly shows it more, and that's why I think that Molly's like just a worse person in general. But I don't think that either one of these are just great gals that I would like to be spending any of my free time with. I do think that Issa is probably jealous of Molly's career. You know, Molly has the money, Molly has the nice clothes, and you know, she's always the one who pays for their meals together and their trips together and everything. And but I also think that Molly is comfortable having Issa as the broke friend. I kind of feel like Molly isn't going to know how to handle Issa if Issa gets on Molly's level, so to speak. If she like, you know, levels up in her career, I don't think that Molly's going to understand how to take that. I think that Molly likes to be the friend who has the step up. You know what I mean? Like, okay, are y'all familiar like the idea of friends who hi Phoenix, Arizona, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Yeah, please answer my freaking questions or I'm going to get off of this chat because I feel like I'm just rambling and nobody's like, y'all like, come on. If y'all want, tell me, if do y'all even watch the show, the people who are here? Do y'all watch Insecure? Because like otherwise, like I'm just kind of like telling my thoughts to myself. But thank y'all for the thumbs up. Thank y'all for being here. But let me know, like, are you team Molly? Are you team Issa? And did you think that Molly had a right to confront Issa about using her man, so to speak, as a connection, um, using her man as a connection to get the headliner for her concert event. I just saw you on live. I haven't watched the show. I'm going to check it out though. Thank you. Well, thank you for coming in. I'm learning about it from you, right? Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay, so this is probably going to be more challenging than I thought. This is crazy. Okay, so have you watched this show at all? Have you seen any episodes or are you familiar with the premise of the show? Let me know that. Okay, okay, Phoenix is saying same for her. Okay, okay. So I can tell you about it, but then I feel like I'm going to be telling you my perspective and I don't want to like taint anybody's image of any of the characters. I kind of want everybody to be able to form their own opinions because I have kind of strong opinions about these girls. So, okay, so if anyone chimes in and like y'all want to give some background information on the show, please do. Let's see. Okay, so my perspective. Okay, so we have I would say the main character of the show is Issa, who she's the show's creator. She goes by the same first name on the show. She has a different last name in real life. Okay. And Issa is a girl who, okay, all these women, it's a group of 4 women, but the show mainly centers around the 2 who are best friends. And, okay, so the main character, Issa, she starts off living with having her boyfriend, Lawrence, live with her. Okay. They've been dating, I think, for about 4 or 5 years, and she is getting to the point where, okay, he keeps talking about these things that he wants to do in the IT world, and she's supporting him, but she, like, her job is, like, barely enough to support herself. She was working for a nonprofit called We Got You. I think it was something that was helping kids out. And so, like, you know, she's living in this kind of ratty apartment. He's on her couch. She's, you know, taking care of him. And by the end of the first season, she ends up cheating on him. And they break up. He moves out. I think that he, like, maybe moves in with one of his friends. Okay, so that being said, now that I know that I'm talking to people who are not watching the show, forget about the show. I'm just asking you as women, and I believe that I have women watching me, or whether you're women or men, let me know if you're women or men watching right now. How do you feel about the idea of a woman supporting a man in a dating relationship? We're not talking marriage. How do you feel about the idea of a woman supporting a man, and in general, women falling in love with men's potential? Because I think that that's something where that kind of catches women up. So just let me know what y'all think about that, because I'm trying to make it so that we're having a discussion. I don't want to just ramble for an hour, and I will just I'll cut it off at an hour. And let's see. Okay, so Phoenix, Arizona says F. I'm guessing that that means you're giving that the idea of that a grade of an F, a failing grade. And Sapphire says I don't do that. Okay, so um, okay, so I feel like that's what Issa did. I feel like Issa, she definitely did. We saw her in the first season support her man, and then it didn't work out. And I think that she, I don't know, maybe she cheated because she got tired of supporting him, and then she runs into this guy who she knew before, and she sees that he's like doing all these things on her own, on his own. He has a nice place, you know, and he has his own place, so like that's already a step up. So like, did she kind of, you know, I wonder, did she, you know, just fall for this other guy because like, wow, he has it going on. I got a lazy sack of potatoes at home, so I'm gonna, you know, like get it on with this guy. I wonder, you know, and I'm not trying to make excuses for her for cheating, because I always will say, you know, if you're not happy, then just leave. You don't have to cheat, you know, whatever. So I'm not giving an Issa a pass for cheating because her man was lazy, but I think that let's just take that chunk of it, since I realize, okay, we got some people in here who aren't watching the show. Oh, okay, you're saying F for female. Okay, so then Phoenix, Arizona, what is your take on women taking care of men that they're dating? Gotcha. Okay, so what's your take on that? Okay, Sapphire and Diamond says falling in love with potential, only my potential. Okay, I don't blame you there. And I think that that's where Issa got caught up with Lawrence. That was her boyfriend's name, Lawrence. I think that that's where she made the mistake with him. I think that she, you know, because she knows he's smart, she knows that he's capable of doing all these things in IT that he's talking about, but he's never gotten off of her couch and done it. And then so we skip forward to this season, and they've already broken up. They've been through, you know, a lot of the emotions and everything that comes with breaking up, but they still have the same friend group. So they're sharing friends, right? But so one of the girls is pregnant. He meets a woman at the baby shower, has a relationship with her. And just so turns out that Issa, the main character, ends up working with this woman professionally. This woman meets basically Issa and her ex at this baby shower. She never knew that they were all together. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. She never knew that the two of them were together. They start dating, and then when Issa is now working with this woman professionally, it becomes an awkward situation. But Issa tries to just, you know, be mature about it. Well, we can still work together. But deep down, when she talks to her brother, she has a discussion, and we see she's really upset about the fact that she feels like now that Lawrence has moved on from her, now he's got the great place, he's got the nice car. Hey, Shawana, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Okay, so Shawana, have you been watching the whole season? Tell me. Have you been watching the whole season? Are you all caught up on the episodes? Let me take a sip of water, because we're breaking it down. We got a couple people who haven't seen the show really, but so I'm just giving my perspective, and I don't want to just throw my own opinion out there like it's the truth. Mm. Okay, so Shawana is up to date on these, and thank you all for being here. Seriously. Okay, so Shawana, here's the question that I asked these ladies. Okay, Phoenix said women do it all the time, no problem if they're okay with it, but not for me personally. Men and women do this since forever. I'm not into it like that. Okay, got you. So, okay, no trouble game. Okay, so here's another announcement that I made at the Oh, okay, and Alethea saying, okay, so y'all do this for me. I'm assuming that we all have internet, right? Because y'all are watching me here. So y'all do me this favor, and do yourselves a favor too, because I gave away this website yesterday, and I went and looked while I was talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, because there were people there, and I'm so thankful. People came to support me who don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta because they don't have cable. But I'm here to tell y'all there is a site called MrWorldPremiere.tv. Y'all go to this site, if you're watching on a computer especially, or some other device where you can like check right now while we're on here. I want y'all to go to that site. Mr. World Premiere has basically what I said yesterday, like every show that black people tend to live tweet about. All the reality shows, like Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac, Love and Hip Hop. No, you don't have to sign up. The only thing that I will say, and because I used to watch shows on there, the only thing that I will say is that when you get on there, you're gonna see like a long list. Like the first thing you see is like the most recent shows that he puts up. So like everything is in order by pretty much like the day that it aired. Like on the day that a show airs, he usually gets the show up about an hour after the show goes off the air. So you don't have to miss these shows, and you don't have to only keep up by YouTube reviews or by what you see on Twitter, right? So the only thing about it, when you click on watching a show, you're gonna have to like do probably click on it 4 times and block pop ups, but not it's not like pop ups all over the screen. You'll get like one window that will pop up. You'll have to close that window, keep closing it, and then eventually you keep clicking on play, and the whole episode is going to play straight through. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to give your email address or anything. You don't have to pay for anything. Just go there and watch. So I want y'all, if y'all are interested in watching the shows, like, okay, he has, like, whatever. I just said the Real Housewives, all the franchises of Love and Hip Hop, you name it, New York, Atlanta, Miami, LA, I think that's it, right? Hollywood, whatever. Okay, all of that's on there. Insecure is on there. There were some shows that I had never heard of. I literally, let me look, I'll pull it up right now and I'll tell y'all what's on there. So like y'all can like see like all the shows that you hear people talking about all the time. That's what's on his site. Hold up, I'm going there right now. Okay. And it's, hold up, MrWorldPremiere.tv. So right now, if you go and you look on his first page, the recent posts are If Loving You Is Wrong, Season 5, Episode 8, The Last OG, Season 3, Episode 7, St. Louis Superman. That's a documentary, actually, that one of Poetry's friends did. T.I. and Tiny, Friends and Family Hustle, Season 3, Episode 6. The Last Dance, Part 10. Hey, Lady B. Okay, so like that is The Last Dance. It has Part 10 and 9. That's a documentary about Michael Jordan. Married to Medicine, LA, episode Season 2, Episode 3. Insecure. That's what I was hoping to get on here and just discuss tonight. Season 4, Episode 6. And The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 12, Episode 25, Reunion Part 2, which is what we discussed last night, the reunion. And then some show called Bruh, BRUH, Episode 4. So these are the shows that are the most recent posts. But he literally that's one page. He literally has 69 pages of TV shows that you can go and watch. So it's like you can probably catch every episode of Insecure. If you go back far enough, you can probably catch shows that aren't even on anymore, like Underground. So like just check him out. Like and again, just remember you're gonna have a few pop-ups. Just shut those pop-ups down and then watch your show. No signing up for anything, is free. Okay, so thank you, Lady B, for being here. Okay, so Lady B, tell me, are you Team Issa or are you Team Molly in general? Let me know that. And I want to know if after the block party, if your team one more than the other. Cause what's he hate for new? Wait, I just started a live. Who? How can I watch Insecure? Oh, okay. Let me give it to you one more time. It's I just clicked off. It's Mr. World Premiere TV. Anybody who's watching who said that they don't have cable, if one of y'all will go and check that site like right now while we're on the stream, and just so you can like let other people know that the site is there. Insecure is like one of the first shows on the page, and you can go and like watch all that stuff. You're just gonna have to keep going back pages like to get to the first episode, and then like work your way up, or however you want to watch it. But the first page always just has the most recent episodes. Okay, so Lady B is Team Issa. Okay, now are you Team Issa in general and Team Issa after the block party, or or am I getting it wrong? Because here's my thing. In general, I'm gonna say I am neither Team Issa nor Team Molly. I don't think that these girls really like each other. I told Poetry on her review, I feel like they're actually frenemies. And I feel like they're both jealous of something that the other one has. And for the life of me, I honestly really can't see why Molly is jealous of Issa, but I think that Molly enjoys being the friend with the money. And I think that Molly enjoys having Issa be that friend who's down. And by down, I mean like down on her luck. She's the poor friend. Every time the four of them get together, Issa's the one who like has to really budget her way through things, or can somebody cover me for this? And I think that Molly enjoys having a friend who she thinks is beneath her. So whether you've seen the show or not, are y'all familiar with like friends like that? And I use the term friends loosely, but are y'all familiar with friends like that? Like somebody who maybe like they're fine being your friend as long as like everything is like not going your way, you know what I mean? Like your relationship is shitty, you can't get into the, house you want to get into, your car is broken down, then they're like fine to be your friend and fine to listen to all your trouble. But then like as soon as things start to turn around for you, and you got a great job, you got a great man, you got the luxury vehicle you wanted, then it's like they don't really have time to answer the phone like once things turn around. Are y'all familiar with that dynamic in friendship, whether you watch the show or not? Okay, so Lady says in general and even more after the block party. Okay, so the reason why I'm asking, and I don't want to like just put too many spoiler alerts, too many spoilers out there, but I mean, I said that I was going to talk about it. So, okay, so for those who have not been watching the show, Issa, she did not have a job last season, and she really doesn't have a job this season, but she's kind of getting on her feet. She's working, she lives at this apartment complex where she's like the manager of the apartment complex. So she's getting basically free rent, but she has to deal with all these tenants and all their issues. And she's doing a poor job of that, by the way, on this season. But so she has a place to go, which she didn't have that before. So she was kind of crashing on couches with like guys she cheated with, whatever. But she's got a place to live this season. But she had this idea in her head after going to Coachella that she wanted to make like a hood-chella, basically, something for where she grew up in Inglewood that could showcase the local talent. So she's been working on this event, and it's a huge undertaking, but doesn't seem like it really paid her anything. So all of her friends know that, Issa needs this, and she needs this win, right? And everybody knows her friends aren't really behind her, but like when they see that she pulled it off, they're happy for her on the day of the event. But it pretty much took getting to the day of the event for them to like kind of rally around her. So Molly, who is her closest friend and knows exactly what's going on, well, Issa's headliner for the event dropped out. And Schoolboy Q, is that somebody y'all familiar with? Because I honestly thought they made that up, but apparently that's a real person. So Schoolboy Q dropped out at the last minute. She needed a headliner. Well, it turns out that her best friend's man works for Live Nation, and they deal with concert artists, yada yada. And there was a Live Nation artist that she wanted as a replacement for a headliner, so she asks her friend Molly. And now, mind you, they've been off all season. Their friendship, you can already see, is like not on the most settled foundation, right? Their friendship is already on rocky footing at the beginning of this season, right? And so, but she asks Molly, "Hey, can you ask Andrew? That's Molly's boyfriend. Can you ask Andrew like to hook me up with Ben Stapleton? Is that yeah, Ben Stapleton? Because I need a or Ben Staples, Ben Staples or What is his name, y'all? Vince." Is it Ben Stapleton or Ben Staples? Ben Staples, right? Ben Staples. I'm thinking Chris Stapleton, the country singer. Okay, whatever. So could you hook me up with him because I need a headliner for my event? So Molly tells her on the phone, yeah, I'll do it. But then when Issa checks back with her, hey, what's up on Vince? Girl, I didn't ask him because this relationship really means a lot to me and I don't want to do anything to ruin my relationship with Andrew. Okay, so how weird is that? Issa and Molly, they've been friends forever, and this relationship with Andrew is new, like it's a couple of months old, but you don't want to ruin your relationship with him when you see that I'm like in desperate need of something, like I need this win. I have to get this done. It's the only thing that I've been working on for whatever 2 solid months, and you have a connection, but you're not going to use it for me because you don't want to ruin your friendship. Okay, well, so here's the deal. Issa's friend Molly met her man Andrew through a connection that Issa had with Andrew's roommate. So she's, up one night, like right before the block party is supposed to take place, and she sees that this guy Nate, that's Andrew's roommate, he's up and he's on Instagram. So let me hit him up, and he's excited that her block party is going to happen, and he's like, "Can I do anything for you?" Well, as a matter of fact, could you hit up Andrew, your roommate, and ask him if he can get me Ben Staples because I don't have a headliner. My headliner dropped out. Sure thing. So he does it, and literally it's nothing but an email for Andrew to send to Vince's manager, and boom, she's got a headliner. That's all that had to be done. So all this talk that Molly had about, oh, I don't want to put my relationship in jeopardy, was nothing, right? So they get to the day of the event, and or like the day before the event or whatever, and Molly's debating on whether she's even going to go or not. And her man is telling her, well, hey, like, okay, so what are we doing? Are we going or no? Yeah, we're going. I'm her best friend. I need to be there. So they get there. Long story short, Molly enjoys herself, and then at the very end of the concert, she finds out, coincidentally, Ben Staples' manager walks by her man. Her man tells the manager, thanks her man, hey man, thanks for the hookup. So she's like, what did you hook up? He's like, oh, well, I got Vince here. Issa needed him because her headliner dropped out. So this sets Molly off. So Molly gets angry and goes to find Issa, still at this event that Issa planned. Hey, girl, I need to talk to you. Can you got a second to talk? Issa's like, yeah, sure. I thought that I told you that I didn't want you going to my man for any kind of favors. She was like, no, you said that you didn't want to, and so I didn't involve you. I asked, I talked to Nate and got Nate to ask him for me, and it didn't seem like a problem. Oh, so you just gonna be using my man? Why are you using my man for favor? And then so they got into one of those, serious black girl arguments where it looked like they could have come to blows because they started stepping each other. The words got really saucy, and the B words started getting thrown around. Then hands got in faces and everything, and that's how the night ended up ending after this wonderful block party event. Like I said, Issa needed this win. They get into this argument, the two girls, the two best friends, and then someone says, oh Lord, I think she got a gun. Then the night ends by everyone at the venue running out, because this is like, LA, right? So they don't play about, shootings or whatever, so people just take off running in every direction. That's how Issa's event ended, and it was I mean, went through seamlessly, flawlessly the whole time until this. Thank you, Sapphire. Thank you. Um, but so my thing was, if Molly had a problem with it, I did not understand why she had a problem with it. But let's say she had some reason to have a problem with Issa using a way to get to her man, to get this favor done. Let's say she did have that, and it's a legitimate problem. Molly, are you telling me that you could not wait until after this night was over? You couldn't call me the following morning? You know, girl, why did you go to my man? You know, I already told you. Why did you have to do it there? Why did she have to do it there? That's what I didn't like. You know, I can't get into Molly's head and say she shouldn't have a problem, but if she did, place and time, Molly, that was not the time to do it. I hated that she did that. So let me see what y'all are saying, because now I missed some comments. So Lady B says she is Team Issa in general and even more after the block party. I don't know anyone with friends like that, never had friends like that either. You are blessed, because I've had those friends who were just like, who I've noticed, and it took me a minute to peep game, because you always want to think that your friends are just in your corner, but it's like, yeah, when things are going my way, you're not really as vocal in my life as when things are going badly, and it's almost like it has the appearance of, well, I want to help you out when you're down, but like, what about just celebrating with me when I'm up, and I do have I had, a couple of people who were friends like that, and once I realized that they were, I cut them off, but yeah, let's see. And Shawana says she has had friends like that. Yeah, and I hate to, that's definitely using the term friend loosely. But Lady B says, I heard he was a real person too, and went to look him up to be sure. Never heard of him before he was mentioned on the show. You talking about Schoolboy Q? I had never heard of him either. And honestly, the artists she had at the block party, they were really good. When I watched Color Me Pink. When I watched her review, I saw that she knew a lot of the names. Now, the first guy to come out with the dreads, they said his name. They announced him when he came out, but then they also, in this most recent episode, somebody like was on her Facebook and was like, "Yo, oh, man, that first guy with the dreads was fire. Who was that?" She said his name again. I forgot. I did go look him up, and he did not have a lot of views on YouTube, so he, definitely would have been like an opener, in real life. And then, but those two girls, that's who I was like, who are they? And I remember hearing Color Me Pink say that they were Cam and China. And I still, though, I would like to get the soundtrack list for that block party, because whatever song they were singing, they were saying something about like N words, be so thirsty, but like the way they be so thirsty, like I don't know, like something about the way they were riding that beat. I was like, okay, who are these girls? Now I did find Cam and China on YouTube. They're twins. I guess I believe they're from Inglewood, and they rap really well. It's like where, who are those girls who sang the Ghetto Twins? Responsibility. It's like where they took off. These girls like picked up, and they like have some bars. So I really do, though. I want to know what song that was that they were singing on the block party. Let's see. Okay. Sapphire says, "Oh, that was jealousy and envy." I think. Okay, as far as the Molly's move on Issa, I think is what you're saying, because I did tell a long story. And thank you. She says I'm a great storyteller. Let's see here. Hold up. Get rid of these comments. Shawana says Molly was tired of helping Issa and jealous of her relationship with Condola, so she didn't mind leaving her hanging after Issa didn't go to Molly's dinner party. And I forgot now, Molly, and I don't remember in the season when Molly actually asked Issa to go to her dinner party. I don't remember that happening, but I do remember Molly mentioning that to Andrew. But you are right, 100%, that Molly was jealous of Issa hanging out with Condola. And, she kept making the comments about how messy it was and how stupid it was. And I honestly, I was happy to see Issa hanging with Condola, because it wasn't like, Condola knew Issa or Lawrence before. It wasn't like Lawrence was cheating on Issa with Condola. It wasn't like Condola knew them as a couple and then she was just waiting on them to break up so she could slide in with Lawrence. Condola met both of them after they were broken up. So, she was just kind of an innocent bystander, so to speak, as far as, Issa's friend circle was concerned. And so I actually liked that. Now, what I hated was how Condola left her hanging after she broke up with Lawrence. They still had, those two ladies, Issa and Condola, still had business to conduct. So why would you leave Issa hanging, and she's supposed to be the one who's professional and who knows about how this stuff goes. That was just really lame of her. Shawana says, my main issue with Molly is her man didn't even bother to tell her. So it's not a big deal. And she's acting like the favor was such a big deal. It's ridiculous. Yes, exactly. I 100% agree. Hang on, let me get a sip of water. I love smart water. E equals MC squared. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. That's my smart water joke. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I 100% agree. I don't think that Andrew thought twice about, like he said, it was just a matter of sending an email. So this was just another little thing that he did at work, like something as simple as taking a phone call or what. It didn't matter to him. So yeah, I don't understand why Molly is making such an issue out of this, other than, like, I mean, are you jealous? Are you jealous? Are you mad that, like, your poor friend who, you always have to pay for her trips and pay for her meals? Are you mad that it looks like she's about to be able to stand on her own 2 feet now? And so the only thing that you really had on her, which is your career and your money, now y'all are about to be even. So, like, are you mad that she's about to be on your level? That's kind of what it feels like. I can't understand why that would have been a problem. It's not like Issa's trying to get in bed with your man. I just needed a favor. I just needed someone to help me out with this. Like, if anybody on this show needed a win, it is Issa, my God. Like, can't we all just help this girl out right now at this moment and give her this one little favor? So yeah, I didn't understand that either, Shawana. I did not understand why that was such a big deal to Molly. That really disgusted me with Molly. But my thing was, even if it is truly a big deal to Molly for whatever reason, and Molly can justify that being a big deal to her, why not wait until after the event? That was like my biggest problem. I didn't have a 100% problem with Molly having a problem, but time and place, Molly. Why could you not bring this up the morning after? Can I just come to your house and, knock on your door? Girl, why the fuck did you, get to my man? I already told you I didn't want you to do that. Like, why would you do that at her event? That was so tacky and so tasteless. And Andrew, the way that he took it all in stride, I would think that a guy like Andrew, after that display, I feel like he would be so disgusted with Molly that he wouldn't want anything to do with her. Like, I would almost imagine them, like, getting in an argument in the car ride on the way home. Like, why are you tripping on your homegirl like that? You see what all she had to put together. Like, this was not easy. Why would you do that to her? I just kind of feel like that would be what would happen naturally. But we see, looking at the preview for next week, and not to say that they won't discuss it, but we see, looking at the preview for next week, that they end up going to Mexico. I think they go to Cancun or something together, Molly and Andrew. So I wonder. Shawana says, yeah, he said that it was just an email. Exactly, like, and then she says, I'm curious to see if he breaks up with her. I am too. I don't think it's gonna last, just because it's Molly and things just don't tend to last, with her. But I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it lasting. But and he seems like a cool enough. He just seems like really. He seems a lot cooler, more laid back than Molly, who seems very high strung. I just think that their energies at the end of the day are not really gonna match, and I don't think that Molly's gonna be able to bring her energy down to meet his level of coolness. I think that, somehow she's going to mess it up. Um, so I don't know, but that's just kind of what I think about that. Hey, Kate, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. But and we got about 15 more minutes, y'all. I just kind of wanted to see, what y'all thought about this dynamic of these two girls. And so here's my question now. Do you think that after that blow up that their friendship is going to survive it? Are they going to be able to bounce back, or is this the end for them? Or will they have, like, will they kind of just hang out maybe in within the friend circle and be cordial to each other, or do you think that they can, like, really repair their friendship from here? Um, and what did y'all think about Issa at the end of this last episode, seeing Molly in the Ethiopian restaurant and not going in to talk to her? Is that how you would have handled it, you think? I'm curious because I know Issa says she's tired of being the one who always reaches out after they have, a breakup or whatever, after they have a fallout. She's always the one who reaches out. So this time she wants Molly to reach out to her. Tell me what y'all think about that. And also, oh my gosh, what did y'all think about those freaking tricks? Who were celebrating the bachelorette party and played Issa. Okay, wait. Let me take it back first. The lady in the grocery store. The pregnant lady in the grocery store who was trying to get people to pay for her groceries. Okay, so I thought that when she was going up and asking people to help her out, I thought that she was just asking people if she could have skipped in line in front of them. That's what I thought that she wanted. I didn't realize she was trying to get people to pay for her groceries. And, like Issa, like if I would have seen a little tiny, the handheld carts, not the push carts, but the little handheld baskets at the grocery store, I always assume, nobody's really probably got more than $50 worth of groceries in those things. And so, Issa takes a look. Oh, girl, come on up here. I got you. And Issa was just buying a gallon of wine, which is, I understand buying wine by the gallon mean it's probably cheap, so yeah, she's like, I got you, girl. And the lady's all telling Issa how beautiful she is. Issa's telling the lady how beautiful she is. She's glowing with her pregnancy, whatever. That woman rang up that lady's items and said that it was $154 and some change. Issa's like, what the fuck, so she's like, okay, and obviously, okay, Molly's comment got to Issa when she called Issa a user. So Issa's trying to, like, just not be a user and do something for someone else. That's, like, to me, that's what this whole next episode was about. Issa trying to shake that title of user. She, calls Nathan, or Nathan gets in touch with her the next morning. And she's like, I would have done the same thing for you, right? I mean, I really appreciate you reaching out to him, but, so whatever. So then we have that conversation with Nate. Then we encountered the lady in the grocery store whose groceries Issa could not pay for. So Issa gives this woman the card, y'all, the cashier the card. And, or she swipes it at the thing and, yeah, sorry, it's declined. The cashier just had so much attitude. It's declined. Okay, well, can I try it again? Yeah, it's still declined. Okay, well, let me try. It's not gonna work, ma'am. So he couldn't even get the word out. So, then the lady, the pregnant scammer lady is just like, you know what? This is just getting sad. Let's just say that you've given me the gift of perspective today, and continues to walk off. I'm like, oh, you have your pregnant, broke ass nerve, girl. I'm up here trying to get your groceries for you, and you can tell me I gave you perspective. Okay, I wouldn't even know how to handle that. So Issa just got her, whatever, $12 gallon bottle of wine, and proceeded to go along her merry way. And then meets this crazy man who she sees miss his bus. So again, let me still try to do a good deed. I'm not a user, so sir, can I take you where you need to go? So George, y'all, George was way too much for me. You know, talking about he don't hit women, but you know he'll bust a bitch in the face or whatever he said. You know, she tries anything. Okay, already at that, I would say, you know what, sir, let me just give you some bus fare, and I'd have got on my way. That man would not have been in my car. So East drives him around. Then he's got to pee, and you know, threatening to pee in her car, so she has to pull over. I think she pulled over the laundromat, and he went in there. When he went in that laundromat, that would have been my cue. You know what? I got him closer to wherever the hell he was going than he was. I'm gonna go because he didn't want to tell her where he was going. Didn't want her to use GPS because then the government would know where they were going. Like, okay, so sir, you're crazy. I see. So anyway, long story short, she takes him to his destination and he's looking at a picture like, oh yeah, that's it, like where he gets dropped off. And then Issa pulls up and then you hear this guy come out, Dad? You know, so I guess he needed a ride on that particular day, of all places, to his long lost son's house. So anyway, I guess that made Issa feel good. She did her good deed for the day. And then she goes to a paint and sip, which I've been to a paint and sip. Oh, yeah, look, I'm going to show y'all. I have my project right here. I've been to one paint and sip before, and this is what I did. Hang on just a second. This is my paint and sip project, so I'm sharing something very personal with y'all. So we had African violets, and I did not use the template that everybody else was using, you know, with green leaves and you know whatever. I like, you know, that's so it's been done before, so I went avant-garde with my paint and sip project. And so this is what I came up with, and then we got these little beads or whatever that we got to put on. But that's my wine glass, and it just so happens that I started drinking wine because I don't drink alcohol, but now at the age of 43, I just started drinking. She said mine sucked after it away. I just started drinking wine to help with my anemia. It's, I don't know, my doctor explained to me, but it's something inside of wine that I don't know, something that helps with low iron. I don't know what it is, but I do have 5 ounces of wine every night. And y'all don't, I'm coming close and tell y'all, I've been trying different wines. Now there's a wine that's made here in Texas. It's called, Shawan, you might know. I think it's actually called San Antonio. I think it's called San Antonio. There's a winery there, and then there's Stella Rosa. Like because I don't like wine, I don't like alcohol. Everything tastes like very bitter and just alcoholish to me. So I've been looking for a very sweet wine. So y'all, I came up with Manischewitz. I hate to say it, it like doesn't cost anything. It's literally like a $4 bottle of wine at HEB. It's you know, it's Jewish wine, and it's literally like Concord grape, and they have a blackberry one. I got the blackberry one to try, but like literally, I just do my 5 ounces, and like every night, like right before I go to sleep, I get very dizzy and I get very warm, and so like it is doing something. And overall, I don't feel as cold as I used to feel. Like my extremities aren't like just freezing all the time. Usually, like because of my anemia, my nose, my toes, and my fingers are always cold. So I do notice it's been like for a little while, like for about 2.5 months, I guess, that I've been drinking wine. And so anyway, this is my hey, hi Danny. This is my project, my paint and sip project. So it was corny, but we had a good time. So anyway, Issa goes to a paint and sip and meets these girls who were there for their bachelorette or for one of their bachelorette party, and one of them forgets to bring their alcohol to sip. So Issa, what, she has a big old jug of wine. Hey y'all, what did she say? If you want some of this Pinot Grigio, let me know. Or if you want some of this Pinot, let me know. Whatever. So yeah, girl, I'll have some of that. And so the bride was Kyla Pratt, who used to be on Was the show called One on One? I never liked that little girl as an actress. I always thought that she just seemed too freaking grown, but she's a grown woman now. She's getting married. That's the character she's playing, and whatever. So the girls they like Issa, whatever, and then so she gets on. They're doing their little thing, and they invite Issa to their next stop, and their next stop is this bar. So they're like, "Would you like to come?" And so Issa's like, "Yeah, sure." So her reflection, right? Issa's reflection tells her to go on and go with those girls, and so she goes. So they are pumping Issa's head up. They're telling, they're wanting to know what she does for a living, and she tells them, and uh, so she tells them about the event basically, and labels herself, what is it, culture curator. And she goes, yeah, I don't meet a lot of celebrities, but I mean, well, I guess for work, I just did this event with Vince Staples. Really, Vince Staples? So they are like truly pumping her head up about what she does. But I think that Issa needed that because she doesn't really get that kind of validation for her friends. So in that moment, that was doing something for Issa. And so, she's like, okay, well, these girls, maybe they're, cooler than I thought. I'm glad that I did come, right? So one of the girls needs to go to the restroom. Issa says she's got to go too. The girl is asking her, well, where are the basically where are the men in LA? So he's like, well, depending on what kind of man you want. If you want this kind of guy, you go here. If you want a married man, you go to any of the Dinas. If you want whatever. So she's breaking it down, and then she doesn't hear the girl laughing or commenting back anymore. So she's like, hey, girl, so she's looking in the stall. Girl's gone. Issa goes back to the table. All of them are gone. They've done a dine and dash on Issa. And turns out that this was just part of the bridal party shenanigans. They were doing what they were calling a scavenger hunt. And on the list, they had things like, befriend a stranger, do a dine and dash. And like if you can combine some of these elements, you get extra points or whatever. So Issa's pissed. Now, I do wonder, though, did Issa just? I wish that I would have seen like how Issa got out of there, because I'm guessing that she would have had to tell the bartender or whoever, the cashier, look, this is what I want, this is what I got, and this is what I need to pay for. Because if Issa couldn't have paid for that pregnant lady's groceries, I know that she couldn't have paid that whole bar tab. So or either Issa did a dine and dash too once she saw the thing. Cause there's no way. What I'm saying is, if Issa didn't have $154 on her debit card, she could not have paid that bar tab. So I do wonder exactly how she got out of there. Then we see her, she's pissed, so she's going to look for those girls. And I knew this had to be Issa's imagination when she rolls up on one of them and takes her paint sip picture and busts it over the girl's head, so that now the girl's inside of the frame, of her picture and looking all scared and everything. But obviously, again, that was Issa's imagination. She did see the girls, but she just kind of sighed and drove on by them, went to her mom's house and got the hug that she, like, when you're like down, there is just nothing like a hug from your mother. And when Issa broke down in her mother's arms, I kind of wanted to cry a little bit, but she got the affirmation that she needed from her mother. So funny listening to her mother tell her that her Issa and her brother were both mistakes. Because Issa, and I think that we've kind of all been there, right? You look at where you are in life, and then you think, wow, like when my parents were my age, they were married, they had bought their first house, they were doing this, they were doing that. Like, why am I not there? And Issa's having this kind of moment with her mom. And her mom's telling her, hey, I just kind of had to figure things out. You and your brother, y'all were mistakes. And Issa's like, no, well, she's like, you were a mistake. And so she's like, well, you had two of us. Were we both mistakes? Yes, y'all were. Best thing to have in my life, but y'all were definitely mistakes. And I had to kind of find my way, And so Issa had the talk that she needed with her mom, and That gave her the strength to go on. She gets to her house. Yes, moms do. They just know, Shawana. Most moms, most, and you're so right to say it like that, because God knows there are some mothers who don't deserve to have any children. But yeah, and so Issa basically kind of dusts herself off, gets home, and things are not so bad. And let me go in and look at all the lit things, all the wonderful things that people are saying about my event. So she starts responding to questions. Oh, well, this artist was such and such. Oh, that food truck, that was such and such food. You can go here and get that. And well, man, that thing was lit. When are we going to have another one? Coming soon. So maybe Issa's having this epiphany and like, this is what I need to be doing. I need to be some type of event planner, cultural curator, whatever it is that she's going to be. And so you know what? While I'm in this mode, let me give my brain some fuel. I'm gonna go get some food. And she goes to the Ethiopian restaurant where apparently she and Molly used to go in the first season. I don't remember that, but I saw a few reviewers saying that. I don't remember that. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to the show like that. But because people kept telling me when they were telling me about Insecure, I used to watch Issa here on YouTube on Awkward Black Girl, and I miss that show. And people were like, "Oh man, yeah, Insecure is just like that." And so when I tuned into Insecure, I'm like, "This is not like Awkward Black Girl." So I was kind of like disappointed when I first saw it. So if people hadn't told me that, and I wasn't expecting that, I think I would have liked the show a lot more from the beginning when I first saw it. But nevertheless, I tuned in, liked the show, but I don't remember that Ethiopian restaurant from the first season. But apparently, that's some place that she and Molly used to go together. So, yeah, she goes there, sees Molly, and would not go in. Would y'all have gone in after you'd had a big blow up with your best friend and you saw them there? You didn't want to call. You waited on them to call, but this way nobody has to call. We're just kind of there. So can we have a discussion, or would you have just left like Issa did? Tell me what you think. Shawana says, I've always wondered how she made money off the block party. Shawana, I wonder if she made money off the block party, because it didn't seem like she did. If she didn't have $154 on her debit card after the block party to pay for that woman's groceries, I don't think she made any money. So maybe it was just to get her name out there, so maybe she can make some money the next time around. Maybe in the next package that she puts together, she'll put in, a payment for herself. I don't know, but I don't think Issa made any money. Issa still seems broke as she was the day before the block party. And then I do remember her assistant saying something about, some of the vendors' checks not coming through. So maybe she'll get a cut eventually after everything is settled. I don't know, but it didn't seem like Issa made a dime. But anyway, you guys, that was it for Insecure. Let's just, is there anybody here who is watching Married to Medicine LA? If y'all are, I'll do a live stream on that. But I'll tell you, I think that those girls are kind of boring. But if y'all want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. So y'all let me know that. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to eat my food so my puppies can have some treats from my dinner. They've been very good. Let's see. I would have ignored the fuck out of Molly. I'm hungry. And I got my mouth set on something. So you still would have gone in, but you just would have ignored Molly. Is that what you're saying, Shawana? Yes. Okay, so you watch it, Shawana, Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, so look, y'all have the site. If y'all don't have cable, please go to Mr. World Premiere. Watch the show. It's what did I say? Married to Medicine LA. So watch the show. Y'all can watch it for free because y'all watching me on YouTube. So y'all can go to that site and watch on MrWorldPremiere.tv. Go and watch Married to Medicine LA, and then we can have a talk about that. Y'all want to do it tomorrow night, same time? Tomorrow, or tell me if y'all want to do it tomorrow night. Yeah, let's do it tomorrow night. Y'all want to do it tomorrow night, or do y'all want to do Friday night? Y'all let me know. Tomorrow or Friday. Y'all let me know. I'm going to plan for tomorrow. How about that? I'll just say tomorrow. We'll plan tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Thank you. I've been watching Doctors Talk About on YouTube mainly through Dr. Heavenly. Ugh. I don't like Dr. Heavenly. I should not say I hate. I don't like Dr. Heavenly, but yeah. So, okay. And then, but we're obviously going to do the other franchise. Dr. Heavenly's on Married to Medicine, which their signature franchise, I guess, is based in Atlanta. But they do have some of some of the doctors from the Atlanta franchise come and try to help the girls out for the first couple of episodes in LA just to get some people watching because they are pretty boring. But we can talk about it Thursday. So tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock. I'll try to be on time. I was 6 minutes late today, but 8 o'clock, I'll be here. We can talk about Married to Medicine LA. All right. I love y'all. I will see y'all. Good night. Thank you, everybody, for participating. And I'm going to go on and sign off, counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Girl, don't get me started on Dr. Heavenly. I don't like her. We can get on her trout mouth ass tomorrow. 10, 9, Shawana. I don't like her. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good night, y'all.